back in the middle of the 19th century, taffy pulling was a real social thing to do. The main sweetener of the day then was sorghum syrup, like this right here, and it was made from sorghum cane, which too, sorghum cane was not native of this continent, and it was probably brought here in the late 1700s on slave ships from Africa. Ben Franklin raised the first crop of sorghum cane. There's many stories about pulling taffy 300 or 400 years ago, and over in Wales or in England, and they were boiling down the juice out of some kind of cane, and they would boil it down until it was thick, you know, and it was really taffy, but they didn't have the word taffy, so they couldn't call it taffy. But it was sweet, and when they would bite into it, it would stick to their teeth. So they called it teethy. Some people called it toughy because it was tough. So from the word teethy and toughy, you get the word taffy. By pulling it, we're making it smoother and creamier, and it'll turn real. Now they invented machines to do what we're doing right now, and of course, if you've been to a lot of fairs and places like that, they have the machines that pull and taffy pull. How we doing here, gals? Real good. If you take it, there you go. You're doing a good job. How you doing there, Megan? Is it starting to turn? Turn light cream there? Oh, yeah. Pie socials, square dancing, and all was big time back in the 19th century. But so was taffy pulling. It was quite a courting thing, too. A young girl, she would invite her beau to her house, and she would get out a couple of quarts of sorghum syrup, and she would boil it down until it was stiff, and then she would sit down on a chair, and he would sit down on a chair in front of her. He would take a hold of the taffy and pull it away from her, and then hand it back to her, and back and forth, and back and forth. And of course, all the time he's looking into her eyes, whispering those sweet nothings. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Okay. Make a pinch. Not too much, girls. About this, because this is so important. About that much. Everybody got that? About that much. Now, I want you to pull that pinch off of there. Okay? Like that. Because this is what it's all about. And taste it.
It's got a good flavor to it.